Alright, hey everyone, welcome back to another video. We are doing a full, comprehensive, in-depth review on all things GoPro 7 Silver. I'm going to give you a sneak preview on how I feel about it. I do plan on returning it. Oh, I just want to say, I'm wearing my custom jersey that she got me. Has my name on the back. So yeah, this is the GoPro Silver. Not much to say about the overall shape. It's pretty much the same as pretty much every other GoPro. The only thing that's different than, as far as I know, every other GoPro is that the lens does not come off. It's a fixed lens, and it's kind of hard to see, but it does not come off the body, and that's an issue for a lot of people who end up like dropping it or like shattering the lens. You're pretty much just done for. Like, there's no like replacing it. You have to buy a fully brand new GoPro. But it is different for the black. The black does have the removable lens, so if you are someone that drops it a lot and breaks a lot, the black will definitely be a better option for you. And for that same reason, I am going to probably upgrade to the black. It's only $40 more, so I mean, it's not like it's gonna be a wallet killer. But we're actually going to a park right now so that we can do some outside footage and running footage, simulated wind footage, stuff like that. So definitely gonna be able to give this run for its money and see how well it does, and maybe even convince myself as I'm editing this is actually a good camera and that I'm gonna keep it. So jump cut to me back at home. We're currently one day after the footage you're going to be seeing for the tests, and I just wanted to record it after because I wanted to fully review all the footage that I recorded and then kind of give you a very accurate response to like if I would personally use it, if I think you guys should use it. And of course it all kind of depends on your lifestyle and what you're going to be using it for, but as a person that's been vlogging for a while, I feel most confident talking on that subject since I've been doing it for so long, and at least we'll understand roughly what people would and wouldn't like in my case. A few of these tests are going to be helpful to other people that are like doing extreme sports and stuff like that, which is what GoPro's made for, but I know a lot of people may be looking at the price tag and it's gonna be a lot cheaper than your standard DSLR, which I'm currently recording on. So I feel like it would probably be best to kind of do a well-rounded discussion. So if that's what you're into, then keep watching, and if not, there's plenty of other people that are actual tech reviewers that'll talk about this. Let me grab my GoPro. So this is the GoPro Hero Silver. It's a 10 megapixel camera. Wish the sensor was a lot bigger. I wish the camera was bigger. I understand for people who want to strap this to their helmet and stuff like that, they want to keep it small. But again, there's gonna be other people who want to vlog with it, and from a DSLR, which is like significantly heavier, and other than that, that's really the only upgrade that you would have with a GoPro, because obviously DSLRs are much more capable, have a bigger sensor and stuff like that. I would love to see them put out at least one GoPro category where they upgrade the camera, make it a little bigger. It's long overdue for them to upgrade the overall camera size. It'll help cut down on grain, but that's literally just like kind of like a con I have. It does shoot at 4K. I personally recommend you shoot at 4K all the time. The reason I say that is because it's really not great footage anywhere under 4K. I use all the resolution settings, which is 1080 at 60 frames per second, 1440 at 60 frames per second, and then you got the 4K at 30 frames per second. And I do like to shoot in slow-mo. There is a slow-mo option on this, but I like to use any like slow-mo or time-lapse in post-editing so I can like choose what I do and don't want to be on. So I never really use it, so I wish there was a 60 frames per second option for the 4K. Again, just another con that I have. The audio quality was actually a lot better than I thought it would. Definitely holds up with the mic I'm currently using. Placement could be better, but if you have one of those cases, they could just attach like a tripod or like a monopod to it. You honestly would have no issues. I was just kind of doing handheld because that's how I use my actual camera. But for something so small and for something that's like a wide angle lens, I don't really feel the need to extend it with a tripod or a monopod. That's just how I used it. Image stabilization, I noticed it got a little jittery. Could have been because we're getting to a point in the night where it was kind of low light, so it could be just the fact that it was having trouble picking up on the environment. Personally believe that it wasn't even that low of light, so if that is the reason behind it, that's a very strong weakness that this GoPro has. It has a really nice touchscreen on the back. The only thing that personally as a vlogger I would like, which the black does have, is the front facing camera, I guess you can call it. A huge thing for me though is you can actually control this all with the GoPro app. For those people that do want to attach it to their helmet and not want to keep like taking it off, start recording, you literally just control it all on your phone and just kind of go with it. You can adjust the settings a little easier on the app, I will say that. User interface is a little wonky on this one, not gonna lie. There's definitely a lot less settings than on the black. That's another huge weakness, and a lot of people were saying that the silver is better than the black because the quality isn't too different, but the price tag is significantly less. I kind of disagree with that. It's only $40 less, and I would personally say, especially in low light circumstances, which is probably when I'm going to be using this a lot, black does a lot better, has a lot better of a dynamic range in terms of color, so I think that the $40 upgrade is definitely worth it. It's I believe $249, I believe. I could be wrong. I'll put all the prices down here for all the color options right down here. Not a huge deal. For a price tag where it's at roughly $200, I would like more settings than just setting my resolution, and pretty much that's it. Like I'll look more into the settings. Like I said, I've only used this for a few days, and this is just kind of like my immediate review that a lot of people are just going to go in and start recording, and they're going to want to hear these things, that the settings are very, very, very limited. The black has way more setting options. So if you're looking for something that is very similar to a DSLR, then this is definitely not the camera for you, because it's very limited on what you can change for this camera. I didn't do any color correcting, so you guys can see exactly what this GoPro is recording, and I didn't adjust anything except for 4K. So you guys are going to see exactly what the GoPro can record. So if you're looking for something that's really small, handheld, that you can take anywhere, do whatever, because it is waterproof, I will also say that that's a huge thing, because for a while, GoPro, you needed the huge clunky see-through case that absolutely destroyed your audio quality just so you can bring it to the beach with you. Don't even need that anymore. It does come with a case. It comes with a couple attachments so you can like stick it to stuff, but this is all you need if you want to go in the ocean, and that's huge, because now you can have good mic quality and not have to substitute that for being able to go in the water. So on with the tests. For the first test I'm gonna do like a handheld vlog technique, because I was actually gonna use this for vlogging, and I was gonna use it for when we go to Disney. One thing I have to be careful with is not to touch the mic area. For the first test is if you guys can hear me clearly. Hopefully you can, because there's no way to put on a mic or whatever. Here's Abby.
I was messing with squirrels.
She was messing with squirrels. So I think that does it for the first test. Kind of vlogging, just kind of doing like a handheld thing. There's pretty decent like flat lighting right now, so it should be a good quality. It's not low light quality, that's gonna be later on, but this is just gonna be like the first test, so that concludes that. Okay, so for my next test, I'm gonna kind of do like a running thing and kind of like talk while running. I've never done this before. This isn't something that's really in my everyday like repertoire for vlogging. It's usually just kind of like walking around, but I'm gonna do a little bit of a run test so you guys can see how the stabilization works, see how effective that is. Alright, I'm not sure how that turned out, but that was for the stabilization test. It's getting kind of darker. We might just go back in the car, test out to see how good wind attenuation is. I think that's what it's called. Pretty much removing all type of wind sound. So we'll see how that goes without having like a windscreen on anything. Ready? Yeah. Alright, so I will say it is getting a little dark, so it may be affecting quality. So even though it's a little dark, I wanted to go on a trail so you can kind of see what it's like, just like kind of walking around. We have pretty good lighting. It's almost like central on us. It's just, it's not really bright out, which is what I kind of didn't want. Yeah, we're just kind of walking on a trail, kind of killing time so that we can skip over to the low light test. To kind of give a sneak peek, I already tried doing low light, especially for the Halloween episode that we did. Not sure what all this screaming is, but it wasn't too great at night. It's not quite nighttime, so we're gonna pick it back up when it is nighttime, but you might be seeing more grain. You might be seeing more of a effect on the overall quality, the less light that gets into the lens. So next up, we'll see how it does at night. All right, so basically outside right now is just pitch black. Like there's nothing going on. I'm kind of like half in the house, half out of the house, because I need some sort of light, just so you guys can at least get a pretty accurate representation of maybe like going down the street where there's like Vlad's sprinting around in the backyard right now, like full speed. But just to give you guys an accurate representation of maybe like street lights, or maybe you're like in like Las Vegas Strip, whatever the case may be, this is at least a kind of close representation of what that could be. So for my final thoughts, I will say that personally, if it wasn't for the camera being only $40 cheaper than the higher option, I probably would stick with this. I'm not even joking. It's a pretty good camera, great audio quality. It's a little noisy, but again, it's a small sensor. It's something you're gonna have to just accept when you're buying this kind of camera. I will be upgrading, I will say. I'm not gonna stick with the silver. If you guys enjoyed the video and you enjoyed the quality, then I strongly recommend it. It's not a bad camera, like at all. I hear a lot of bad reviews about the GoPro Silver, or just GoPros in general. Some are justified, some are kind of just trolls on YouTube. But if you guys like this kind of stuff and you want a handheld camera, definitely go for the silver. It'll save you a few bucks and it's a good option. Like and subscribe. We'll be going back to daily vlogs tomorrow, and then we'll see you on Monday. So hope you guys have a good weekend and have a good one.